Hey y'all, welcome to the newest segment of WVRI TV. We're here interviewing Richy Nice, and he's going to introduce himself.
I'm Richy Nice. My real name is Richard, and I'm a model and a stylist.
Cool.
My name is Jasir, Corporate Outreach Director of WVRI.
And I'm Morgan. So yeah, we're just going to dive right in. Boom, cut, next shot, great.
So you've been living in Worcester all your life?
No, originally I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I've been living there until I was about 11 years old, and I moved over here at 11, and I've been here since then. So yeah,
For sure. So I see you have Ghanaian heritage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a high concentration of Ghanaians out here in Worcester.
Yeah.
Would you say that you feel like you have a strong community behind you, being kind of like more popular figure, fashion-wise?
Most definitely, and I feel like I have a lot of support from the Ghanaian community too, which I really do appreciate. And a lot of the times I hear a lot of people feel differently about that situation, and I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I have a lot of support. I don't really hear much negative things towards me, and a lot of people do come to me and tell me that that they're inspired by me, or they're happy to see me doing things like that, and that really keeps me going and makes me want to do more, even when I'm down, I guess. So yeah.
For sure, that's dope.
How do you identify yourself creatively? So like, I know that maybe some people go for like certain type of shoots or like vibes. Do you go for a certain type, or are you open to more different types of?
Yeah, that's a cool question, because I feel like I'm very random. I feel like I never really have, even like dressing wise, I don't really have a style, or I don't really have any. I don't know. I'm not really one thing. So I feel like I'm everything. I can do everything. I feel like, So.
And I know that when we had talked before, I mentioned this, but like I know that, especially like as a male, like I think that sometimes people are afraid to like step out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it can be labeled as being feminine, but I think it's also just embracing the femininity that every masculine man has. And how do you feel like you do that within your pictures as well? Like I know that there are pictures, right, like some that are more out there, like maybe somewhere like poses might maybe show like a certain type of emotion that may be viewed as more feminine,
Right.
but like you're able to capture that,
Right.
and like do you think that's also important, like do you capture emotion and like different types of feeling?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like whether you're a male or female, you have both feminine and masculine like characteristics or traits in you. Some people have more than others, but you do have both. I don't care what nobody says, you do.
Yeah.
And also, like with fashion, like I guess things have, it's a cycle, like especially in the like male like fashion world, like clothing sometimes get a little bit more, I guess, feminine or more masculine, or like there's been a time period where people were pushing like the femininity of black males and stuff like that. And then it'll go back to like, why are you wearing stuff like that? You know what I mean? So it'll just keep going back and forth. And I feel like back in the 70s, like males were actually wearing the same type of things that females were wearing. You know what I mean? And things just got a little bit more separated as time went on. But I do feel like in the future things are gonna go, I guess, not back to the way how it was in the 70s, but I do feel like style is gonna start merging.
And it already is.
Between females and males. But we'll see, I guess.
So you've been in Vogue Italy twice now, or
a couple more times than that, but I don't.
A few more times. So what was that kind of experience like? How did you kind of approach that?
It was dope. Like especially the first time getting that feature, because I didn't really know what it was or how I got there. But basically, Vogue Italy is like, I guess, the photographer sends photos to Vogue Italy, sees if they want to accept the pictures to put on the website and stuff like that. And also one time I got best of the week, so it was dope. I was like on the homepage of it, so like that was a dope experience. So it makes me want to. It actually really excites me and makes me want to keep going harder, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize, like, I know that you went to South High, and I know that ever since South, you also expressed your passion as a young kid and even in high school. Even when you started, I know you originally, the first that I had heard of you was when you started with an original magazine that was like the basis of it all, which is supposed to be like a platform for Black models and artists, right?
Right.
And I know that, like, I don't know if that was like the start of your passion, but I know that you even expressed it since you were that young. So did that like go further into college, like now that you're older? Was that like the start of it all, or?
I would say I was into like fashion and clothing's like maybe my sophomore year of high school, and I believe me and 3 other friends started Complexion my senior year. And like you said, Complexion was based to push Black models, artists, and people in the creative industry. And I would say that was a big start and step for me to really put myself out there in the creative industry. And I'm happy that I did that. Even though I'm not currently doing that anymore, I feel like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have the drive or the motive to do my modeling or my styling today, or so. Or life might be maybe different actually. So who knows? So I'm definitely happy that I did do it.
So in regards to fashion, like, do you have any kind of like figures or kind of influences that you definitely take to, like, either male or female?
That's a good question. To be honest with you, I don't really feel like I have an inspiration in fashion, to be honest. But I do have people that I think are amazing and like dope and doing great things in the fashion industry. I think Kanye West is doing, like, no matter what people like think about him, he's a really controversial person, but he's definitely doing amazing things in the fashion industry. I really mess with A$AP Rocky's style, of course. Let's see who else.
So
Brianna too, she's dope as hell.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I was just gonna say, so do you think that you look for people who look like you for your inspiration? Because I know, like, for example, like, just because you're Black doesn't necessarily mean you have to look up to a Black male for your inspiration in fashion. You just named 2 Black males. So does that, like, an influence you look to people who look like you?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. I know sometimes it's not the case. So I'm just asking. And do you have any, like, goals? Like, is there any, do you see yourself when it comes to, like, styling and fashion particularly, like, I don't know, like Fashion Week or some shit, like anything in particular?
I do want to maybe model for like Fashion Week one day. I feel like that's kind of dope. But I had a lot of time to myself, I guess, and I've been not taking a break, but quarantine and all that bullshit. I haven't really been modeling, stuff like that, and I've been thinking a little bit more, and I do want to be like own my own, like, maybe like fashion line or a business, or like I feel like a model, you're kind of a worker a little bit rather than a boss. And I do want to be the boss, but I do want to be the worker too. I want to be a model to feel what it is to be the worker before I am the boss. If that makes sense. So I do collab with a lot certain photographers more often than not. But other than that, no, not necessarily. And inspirations for styling, I would say no too. I'm really random. Like I don't like, sometimes when I do style, I don't even have like, sometimes this might sound weird, but I don't have really a concept sometimes. Because like, even for me, when I dress myself, I don't have a concept or an idea, or I don't look really on IG or like have a picture. Like, maybe I might look through like pictures just so I could see if I could figure something out. It really doesn't work like that for me. I don't know why. I can't really like look at something and then I just don't like copying.
Abstract.
Yeah. So I'm really abstract with it, like everything. So
And I know that when you did a shoot with people before, I heard that like you bring a bag,
Yeah.
right? And you come that prepared. And,
Yeah.
like, you have tons of stuff in there. Like, and is that how your mind works? You just like come super prepared, and then you just kind of like work with what you have, or
Yeah, I probably would come with like, I guess, a fit in mind, and then I get there, I'm gonna try something else. So I just always feel like, I don't know, just
spontaneous, inspired in the moment.
yeah, in the moment type thing. And I'm a little bit of perfectionist. Not everything I do is like a lot of things I do is not perfect, but I just want it to be the best it can be. Sometimes I'll mess something up because I think it's not good enough, and put something worse on or some shit like that.
So with everything going on today with like the BLM movement, especially like the momentum that's picked up in the past couple months with the climate of the Black community in the U.S. and around the world, like how do you feel with everything going on, and how do you feel supported by Worcester? How do you feel like Worcester's handling it as a young person living here?
I definitely feel supported by Worcester. I feel like Worcester's handling it pretty good. I'm happy that we did have the movement and the walk. I'm happy I was able to attend it as well. I wasn't able to attend the Boston one, which was also really big as well, but I'm happy that Worcester's doing that. I also feel like now is the best time for the whole BLM movement as well, because of quarantine and everybody's at home. There's not really anything to distract people, so you have to pay attention to it. You have to focus on it. And I am happy that for the George Floyd case that to be looked more upon, and the charges for the policeman to also be higher up. So I do feel as if though there is so much more that needs to be done, but step at a time. And I don't think this movement is gonna be a short thing. It's gonna definitely at least be for a year or two or more. You know what I mean? To really get things where it needs to be.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So talking about like BLM and like baby steps and like making moves to like kind of change the system to become more equal. Do you see any of those same kind of inequalities, or kind of do you see yourself needing to have an obligation to like maybe take those steps in the fashion road, or like kind of incorporate some of those not ideologies, more like morals into your kind of work?
Yeah, most definitely.
Like, would you ever do a shoot maybe like inspired by
something
like political
along
things
those
going
lines?
on?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially when I was doing complexion, like we did like basically all black shoots for the like Black Lives Matter movement. But I definitely want to do a shoot or something of that nature regarding that. I want to do it. I want to do it in the right manner, because sometimes I feel like people are. I'll be honest. I feel like people are using the movement to promote themselves or put themselves out there in a certain way. I feel like they're just doing it for the wrong reasons, personally. Yeah. And if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it the right way. So, but yeah.
Okay. And when it comes to voting and your vote in Worcester, I know that you're obviously voting age now.
Yeah.
Are you registered to vote?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know that this election's coming up, and like it's important that us as young people are gonna go out and get our vote heard, and we go vote at the polls.
Right.
Do you feel like it's important? Do you feel like people should advocate for young people, especially like young black men voting?
Yes, I feel like people should definitely be voting, and young black men, women, people vote. Definitely. I never voted before, but this time I'm gonna vote, and I'm gonna actually look up and learn who I'm voting for and why I'm voting for them before I do it, because it really does matter. You know what I mean? Like the people that we have politically are there kind of because of us, you know what I mean, in our vote. So it does matter, and I want to do it. Like, and every vote counts. Every step matters. So yeah.
So we just want to thank Richy Nice for coming out with us today and having this discussion about him. Be on the lookout for him and all his stuff. All his stuff is going to be tagged. Make sure you follow him and keep up to date with everything that he's doing. He's doing some bomb stuff, okay? Thanks for coming out to WVRI TV.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Peace, y'all.